Good afternoon, YouTube citizens of Wagunda. It's your boy LocsNLoad Firearm Reviews here today. Today I got a special firearm review. This one is by Palmetto State, and this is their Psa Ar9. And I'm gonna go over this pretty awesome firearm in this review. So check it out. Alright, welcome back to the war room. Alright, hopefully you enjoy the intro. Now, onto this beauty right here. This is the Palmetto State Ar9. Ar9 because it's a 9mm caliber AR. So what we're going to do is what I always do. We're going to start from the nose of the firearm and work our way to the back. So coming up front, you have PSA's new fluted flash can muzzle device. This is not designed to mitigate recoil, muzzle rise, or reduce your flash signature. What this flash can is supposed to do is redirect all the gases and the noise forward of the shooter, so you're not disturbing people on your left or your right. You're not having some crazy overpressure like with a muzzle brake, and you're not disturbing, no, I think I already said, disturbing anybody you're shooting to left or right of you. It also makes your shooting experience that much more pleasurable because you don't have so much stuff coming back in your face, clouding your eyes. It is not excessively loud. So that is their flash can. Is made by PSA. It's made of 6061 solid aluminum, and it's a 1/2 by 36 thread, which I guess is a standard for 9mm muzzle devices. It's a black hard coated anodized finish, so it's going to be durable and it's going to last. PSA says it's military style anodized, so I don't know if that's harder than regular anodized, but this anodized finish is supposed to be really durable and it's gonna stick up for a while, and it makes the gun look that much better. So that is their flash can for PSA, made in the USA right here. Next you have it's an 8-inch barrel, but with the flash can it comes out to 9. But an 8-inch chrome moly vanadium steel barrel. It's a 1 in 10 twist rate, and it features the PSA 9-inch lightweight M-lock rail, and it's got the QD slots right here on this side and over here on the back. So if you want to mount your sling kind of near the rear of your rail, which is what I do a lot, you can go ahead and do so. So I like how PSA already made holes for that. It's M-lock, so all your M-lock accessories, they're gonna fit on this this rail. Everyone talks key mod versus M-lock. To be honest, it really does not matter, but M-lock has been determined to be more durable and I guess better than key mod. But for the average civilian shooter, you guys aren't really doing anything that's gonna really affect what you're doing, whether you get key mod M-lock. For the average civilian shooter, they all work. If you get those quad rail Picatinis, those work fine too. But that is the PSA 9mm barrel. Go. Alright, next we're going to go the upper. The upper is a billet design, and it's 7075 T6 steel. It's their slick side, so as you can see, slick here. I guess those are supposed to, you know, shave away some snag points and make it a little bit more lightweight, and it makes it look a little bit cooler if you ask me. So that is their 9mm PSA upper, again made by PSA, and made all right here in the US of A. The upper comes with the the Magpul MOE pistol grip, which is one of my favorite pistol grips. I like the shallow angle and how it's more of a straight up and down feel than like your standard A2 pistol grips. If you were in the military or you just shot one of those A2 style pistol grips, you kind of see what I'm talking about. Especially if you shot them for a prolonged time, kind of starts to mess with your wrist a little bit. You have your mag release and you have your bolt release. And you got your charging handle up here. And unlike a standard 5.56 AR-15, or I guess regular AR-15, you have no forward assist. That's part of making it slicked out. I'm not 100% why. I guess PSA didn't think you needed a forward assist for a 9mm, but you don't have it. I haven't had a need to use one on any kind of rifle so far. No, you got your standard mil-spec safety selector, and you have your PSA single stage mil-spec trigger. So let's go ahead and drop it, and we're going to do a fire test. Guns unloaded, so I just want you guys to see the trigger. We're going to do this Grantham style. So I want you guys to take your finger and put it over the trigger with mine, and we're going to feel this out. So very little creep, and then it breaks. Reset. Pretty quick reset, and then smooth break. Very little much, like just the tiniest bit of take up, and then it breaks. It's a single stage trigger, like I said, so it's actually pretty smooth. You know, for a mil-spec trigger, I don't really complain about it. It's decent for, you know, what it does. But if you want it to, you know, it takes down like an AR-15. So you got your pins, takedown pins. You pop those, take this off, and you can take the trigger out and put whatever kind of trigger you really want in there. Same thing with the safety selector. If you want to change out the pistol grip, it's basically like an AR. You know, now ARs are like little Legos. I'm not sure if I mentioned that the rail is T6 marked, and you have your mil-spec charging handle. And also, yeah, the castle nut is staked. Some people really look for that in a firearm. I'm kind of starting to now. I guess when you stake it, that means that the castle nut is less likely to move around or come loose. So I'm still kind of new to this. I'm not an expert, but when I look at rifles or firearms now, especially if they got some kind of AR style buffer tube, I look to see if that castle nut is staked. That's just one of the things that I look for. Alright, now this part I'm going to have to read off the little card from PSA, because this is their 9mm bolt carrier, and I'm going to pop it out real quick and I'm going to show you guys. Alright, so here is the bolt carrier for your AR9. I'm going to read off the card because it's kind of a bit of stuff. You know, I guess it's a new design, so I'm just going to read it off. But anyway, this is the G9 hybrid 9mm bolt carrier. Phosphate coated, 8620 steel. The G9 hybrid bolt allows use with the Glock style Palmetto State Armory lowers and includes charging handle. That's about it. So I don't see too much more detail about the bolt carrier besides that. But this is their 9mm bolt carrier. Kind of hefty, actually. You know, it's a little bit more steel than you would, I think, at least in my eyes, would expect on the 9mm. But I'm not going to complain because the recoil is very mild, and you know, having a heavy bolt carrier like this, I'm sure it helps out. But this is the AR9 G9 hybrid bolt carrier from Palmetto State. There you go. Get that last one. There you go. Alright, now on to the lower. The lower is made of the same type of materials as the upper, 7075 T6 aluminum, and is also black hard coat anodized for a durable finish. PSA has purposely designed these lowers to accept Glock style magazines, and when you buy this particular model, it comes with one 31 round ETS magazine. You know, again, like I said, the MOE pistol grip, the PSA single stage trigger, you know, your mil-spec safety selector, mil-spec bolt release. You got your AR9 mag release. On the back, you have your mil-spec carbine buffer tube, 6 position. You got your mil-spec end plate castle nut that is staked, and you have your SBA3 adjustable brace. And so that is all the features of your AR9 from Palmetto State. So that's the specs, and now, like what I always do, is to give my pros and cons on this firearm. Alright, LocsNLoad, you gave us the rundown on what the gun can do and the features that it has. Now, we want to hear from you, Locs. What do you think? Alright, on the pro side, I like the fact that it's a 9mm. One, it is the overpressure, the felt recoil is not what a 5.56 is like. I have my 11.5s, I have a 16-inch AR, and I have a 7.5-inch AR. And when you get down, like this is 9-inch barrel, and when you get down to that 11.5 and 7.5, it gets really loud. A lot louder than like a 16-inch AR, and definitely a lot louder than a 9mm. Two, I really look at an AR or a PCC, pistol caliber carbine, as something that is just like basically damn near purposely built for home defense. I feel like something like this would be better. Well, I'm not gonna say better, but just as good for home defense as anything else. And I also like the fact that this is a 9mm, so again, I can give this to my girlfriend, I can give it to my sister, I can give it to my mom, I can give it to my grandma, I can give it to my little cousins, and they're going to be able to, proficiently use this firearm, and it's not going to be too loud, it's not going to be too much recoil, it's not going to be a huge muzzle flash out the end of the barrel because you're firing a rifle caliber bullet, out of a short barrel. And then it has all the things on here that I feel like they need. You get 31 rounds of 9mm. You get adjustable brace. This isn't from PSA, but this is my optic, my Sig Romeo 5. I put it on here, works fine. Has M-lock, so it accepts all the accoutrements you want to put on here. Then the blast can, to make noise, to make it less louder than what it would be. So something like this, I feel is really, really good for home defense. Also, it's good to keep in your car. I think it's a good truck gun. If you get this, probably not this platform. Maybe if your backpack is big enough, you can. But I think these would make good for a bag gun, something to put in a backpack if you're traveling or going hiking, going somewhere. You want to carry a little bit of extra firepower. but not too much weight, then something like this would really come in handy. I'm a big fan of pistol caliber carbines. I really think they have their time and place, and especially nowadays when a lot of things are really become more concealed carry, you know, home defense, you know, civilians looking to arm themselves appropriately. I feel like a pistol caliber carbine really fits that niche that most civilians are looking for. Keyword civilians, not Navy SEALs, not Green Berets, not Delta Force Ranger Sniper SEALs, but civilians. Also, again, like I've said several times, it's 9mm, so I know every round that is capable of killing somebody has the potential to over penetrate, but a 9mm round is less likely to have that happen than a 5.56, a 7.62, or you know, whatever the other calibers people use, 6.5. You get what I'm saying. 9mm work for home defense in my eyes better than just a like a high velocity round from an AR. So I don't want to drag it out. That's my pros on it. I like it's lightweight, it holds enough capacity, it's very ergonomic. You know, it's an AR, so you can really toy these things to your liking or whatever fits you and whoever you plan to use it for, whether it be your wife, girlfriend, whoever. I like the feel of this. It feels solid. It's one of those firearms that, you know, it wasn't for this brace, like it would have like no wobble. So I like how solid of a feel it gives me. I feel like if I smack somebody in the mouth with this, the gun would be okay. The person wouldn't, but the gun would be okay, which is all I care about. And it's just fun to shoot, you know. I don't know if you ever shot an AR9. You really should. These 9mm caliber carbines are a blast to shoot, whether it be this, the Scorpion, the NPX, the B&Ts, whatever these 9mm carbines. So far I like them all. I just like the 9mm PCT carbines. So that is my pros on this firearm, and I'm gonna get into the cons. Alright, cut it. Alright, LocsNLoad. What do you not like about this firearm? To be honest, there's really not much about this firearm that I can really knock on. The only thing I've had with this firearm is that it seems to be kind of picky with ammunition. With brass case ammo, you know, it ran fine, didn't have any issues. But when I started using some USA forged steel case ammo, I encountered more malfunctions using steel case ammo than brass. Now, can I say that's every firearm that PSA has? No. It could be this one. I didn't lube it. I just kind of take it out the box and I just run with it, and I see what it can do out the box without having to do a whole bunch of extra stuff to it to make it work properly. So there's that too. So I don't know if you guys want to take that as a negative, but I'm just letting you know what happened. I did have malfunctions, and there's one instance where we were taking it out to the range shooting it, and the retaining pin broke.
On that.
So it looks like we broke our pin that retains the buffer into the buffer tube area.
That's what it was, dog.
Yeah, because we're having trigger reset issues. So, the tip of it broke somehow while we were firing. It really occurred when we were rapid firing. So like you shoot pop, 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 pop real fast, and I think that wherever coming back, whether it be the bolt carrier or the buffer, but whatever, something traveling throughout the firearm when you're shooting rapidly, it broke the tip of the retaining pin, and then the retaining pin lodged out of the hole with the spring. Because, you know, the retaining pin be over here if you guys don't know. It retains the buffer and the spring inside the buffer tube, just so you know. But yeah, the retaining pin and spring broke, popped out, then lodged somewhere in the trigger group, and it would not allow the trigger to reset and us to fire.
So worth it.
Oh, you can keep going. You keep shooting that if you want.
Let's see if I can hit that. Sights are on already. Oh, yep. See if it'll do this steel cased Winchester stuff. America. Uh-oh.
We got a malfunction. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got one. Ooh, I'm calling Palmetto State Armory. Didn't reset. Didn't go back far enough. Uh-oh. What kind of malfunction you getting, bro?
Keith broke it.
Sorry to reset the trigger.
Keith broke it.
Trigger's not resetting. Oh shit. So you might need to just check what's wrong. Something might be going on inside the trigger.
Okay.
Because the trigger's not resetting.
I contacted PSA. You know, they were really quick. Excellent customer service. They got me a shipping label. I sent it out, sent it to them. They got it fixed, sent it back really quick, and took it to range. And I haven't had any kind of issues with the retaining pin. What they did do was upgrade it from like the standard retaining pin to a titanium one. And when they put that titanium retaining pin in here, no issues, and the retaining pin has been fine. I've shot it as fast as I could shoot it, and it worked like a champ. The only issue was that steel case ammo, but again, I did not lube the firearm up. I just shot it out of the box the way it came to me. But besides that, guys, that is the only con I have. And I can't even say that's every firearm, because this is just a sample case. There's one AR9, I have a whole bunch. So you can get one and it might run that steel case ammo just fine, even if you didn't lube it. So I don't necessarily knock PSA for that, but I'm just letting you know what happened and the issues I had with it. Besides that, guys, I haven't had any kind of issues. It's been accurate. It takes a bunch of mags, these mags, Korean mags, Glock OEM bags, no, except for that steel case ammo. But even with the steel case, majority of the ammo, it ran fine. I probably had maybe 5 hiccups, so I just have to note it in the review, you know, when I have a hiccup or an issue, just so you guys know, and it doesn't seem like I'm being biased. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I think that's it. So I guess a lot of people ask the question, would I buy this? If I had the money for it, I would totally buy it. No lie. I do. The only thing I would change is I'd probably make this a little shorter so I can fit in a backpack easier. But besides that, this gun is perfect. You know, I like the flash can. I don't get a muzzle flash in my face. I like the rail that has this cutout here, so because I like to go thumb over bore, you know, Gucci style. It takes all my optics. You know, you can really up the capacity if you need to. You know, the controls are just like an AR, so if you have an AR or you've been trained to use ARs, you're going to pick this up and you know exactly what to do. You're going to know how to fire it, put it on safe, load a mag, drop the bolt, lock the bolt. Oh yeah, last thing, the bolt does not lock back on the last round. But yeah, but you can lock it back. I like the SBA3 brace. Hands down, best brace on the market. I don't care who's putting them out. This is the best one out there. I like the pistol grip. I like the trigger. Everything about it I like. So guys, if you're looking for an AR9 at a decent price, cheaper than a SIG, cheaper than a Scorpion, cheaper than basically any other PCC caliber carbine out there, maybe except for like the high points, then check these out. They also take Glock mags. You guys ask all the time, do they take Glock mags? Yes, it does. So this is, check it out. But anyway, I want to give a thank you to Palmetto State Armory for sending this firearm out for review. Unfortunately, I got to send it back. You know, I wish I didn't have to. But yeah, enjoyed reviewing this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I can impart some kind of knowledge on you guys. If you're in the market looking for a PCC caliber carbine, or you're looking at the PSA 9mm carbines, wondering how they are, I think they're good to go. I would buy one. I wouldn't have no qualms about it. I would probably lube it. But besides that, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching the video. As always, I want you guys to go check out the website, LocsNLoadFirearms.com. On there, I have T-shirts that help support the channel. I have links to companies like PSA, Wilder Tactical, Optics Planet. Some of them have discount codes where you use the code and it will save you money. Or other ones have where if you buy something, it supports the channel that way. So yeah, join Patreon. Help support the channel that way. You can go there, donate $1 a month, and that helps support the channel. If you do more, that's even better. But the reason I'm on Patreon is because YouTube keeps demonetizing my videos, sometimes before I even drop them. So this video right here, more than likely, is probably going to demonetize as I upload to YouTube and before you guys even see it. So I'm not making anything off these videos. I've thought about just completely demonetizing, just to say, you know, not to deal with all the BS of YouTube and their politics, you know. But yeah, that's that. Shit happens. But anyway, we're still here, we still have our guns, and we're gonna enjoy that freedom. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please be safe. Waganda. LocsNLoad out.